guys, it's Saturday night. What are we doing? Oh wait, that's right. We're all stuck here at home. So tonight we're going to do goulash. This is my mom's recipe, and I'm not going to lie to you, this has saved my butt more than once. Simple recipe with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and we'll throw it all together. Now, goulash itself is based in a Hungarian national dish. It's kind of like a meat or a stew. But, of course, Americans have to take it and change it up, like the French and the croissant and the croissantwich. So, again, we're raiding our pantries, seeing what we got. So, what I've got here, I've got some celery, I've got some free-range onion that I captured this morning. We've got some zucchini and we've got some asparagus. Now the asparagus is going to be a side dish because my wife doesn't like it. I don't understand, but whatever. Now, we're going to be using elbow macaroni. I have no idea how many pounds. It's probably maybe half pound. It's a big bag that what we did was we put it in a big glass storage container so nothing would get into it. Now, we're going to add some garlic that I've already chopped up. We've got some Parmesan cheese that I chopped up. Now, here's the crazy part. Again, we're just doing what we've got, and I'm not going to go out to the store and go nuts and try to find stuff. What we're going to be using today is a very lean meat. I know everybody's sitting there going, well, I want some organic, free-range, keto-friendly beef or whatever. I don't know. But what we're going to use today is venison. I'm from Pennsylvania. We call it deer meat. My wife says it's venison. I say it's deer meat. It's my show. We're going to be cooking with deer meat today. Now, if you're worried about the gamey taste and flavor and all this other stuff, look, I shot this thing off the front porch. Got it processed down in Wilson. It's taken care of. They add the fat. They put some flavor into it, whatever. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this up. We're going to use half of it. We're going to use the other half at another show. Now, honestly, you treat it just like burger. So that's what we're going to do. So I washed my hands, and now we're going to brown the venison. So my mom got me this little chopper doodad thingy, and I think I've used it once or twice, but basically you just go in like that, you know, and we're going to let that cook up just a little bit. And I know we've got to cut up the free-range onions. So let's head over to the cutting machine. All right, so I've got my onions in here. We're going to chop them up and add it to the venison. Still waiting, watching the pot, see if it's going to boil. Might take a while, but I did add some salt and a little bit of olive oil into the water. I don't know if that's supposed to help or not. My mom always did it, so I kind of got stuck to it. So what we're going to do while we're waiting for this, I'm going to go ahead and cut up the vegetables that we're going to add to our goulash. Got some celery. Look at that, cut up real nice. And we've got our zucchini. Makes it real easy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit. We're going to let the meat brown a little bit, roll it around a little bit, make sure the onions get reduced a little bit, and then we'll add our vegetables and our noodles and our tomatoes. Now, I know somebody has panned through with probably seeing a laundry basket in the middle of our island. We had a Genair cooktop. We got rid of it. It didn't work. It was electric. And we'll eventually redo this island and probably the countertops. So just in case one of you armchair cooks is wondering, that's why it is the way it is. So the meat's brown, the onions are cooked. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my vegetables. This is some zucchini and some celery and a little bit of leftover onion. We're going to just put that in there like that. Now we're going to go get the tomatoes. One of the interesting things about cooking is you got to figure out what works for you. I've had electric can openers, I've had handheld can openers, they all stink. So I found a restaurant can opener and I love it. Now, just regular plain whole tomatoes. If you can get a hold of one of these, get one. Slam it in. Check out how easy that is. Now we're just going to take that in, take that off. We'll wipe that down later. And let's add it to our mix. What do you know? Our water's boiling, so let's add the noodles. So while we're waiting, we've got the noodles. Let that boil. Let's add some Italian seasoning and a little black pepper. But let's not forget the other important stuff like garlic, one of my all-time favorites, and paprika. Now, I know people have said there's 50 different kinds of paprika. This is the best, the Hungarian's the best, whatever. What do I have? Ken's Farm Market from my wife's hometown. Got a little paprika there. It's smoky, it tastes good. Got my vampire kryptonite. Let's give it a stir. You really got to mix all this stuff up, but then we're going to slow cook it for a little bit, about 15-20 minutes. Get it all mixed up and looking good. And don't forget the best part, we get to add Parmesan cheese to it. Cheese to anything, that's the way to go. So I've got my noodles here. We're going to pour that in, just like that. We're going to stir it around. Get it all nice and mixed. And then we're gonna put it on low and let it go. And while I'm doing that, we'll do the asparagus the easy way. So we'll swap this over, put the lid on it, let it go. Turn that on low. And asparagus, here we go. Now, I'm just going to make it simple. A little pepper. A little salt. And I'm going to find a lid. And now we wait. All right, so I've got my asparagus here. All it was a little salt and pepper. Nothing big, nothing crazy. Now let's get into that goulash. Now look at that. It's got a little bit more noodles than what I'm used to, but hey, it's cooking a la quarantine. We've got a nice big old scoop of that. Get those big tomatoes. Now, for the fun part. You know what? This is my cooking show, my house. I'm going to use my fingers. All right, now doesn't that look good on a Saturday night? Got my greens, got my reds, got my pastas, got my meat. Let's test this out. That's great. Again, this is Cooking a la Quarantine. Have a great Saturday night, everybody. Tune in tomorrow for some brunch and maybe a Bloody Mary or two. After all, it is quarantine.